Fame can be a double-edged sword, casting light on achievements while magnifying mistakes. For some celebrities, their moments of glory are forever overshadowed by a single tragic event, a life lost.
Robert Blake was arrested and tried for fatally shooting his second wife, 44-year-old con artist Bonnie Lee Bakley.
From reckless decisions that led to devastating consequences, to heart-wrenching accidents that left them changed forever, these stories reveal the darker side of stardom. In this third chapter, we dive even deeper into the shocking and tragic tales of famous people who killed someone. Part 3. Before becoming one of boxing's most flamboyant promoters, Don King's life was marked by violence.
Donald King was well known to the Cleveland Police Department. His rap sheet shows that he was arrested more than 30 times between 1951 and 1966.
In 1966, King, then managing illegal gambling operations in Cleveland, got into a heated confrontation with employee Sam Garrett over a $600 debt. The argument escalated and King stomped on Garrett's head repeatedly, resulting in his death. King was charged with second-degree murder but claimed self-defense. The charge was reduced to manslaughter, and he served 3 years and 11 months in prison. In 1983, Ohio Governor Jim Rhodes granted King a pardon, clearing his criminal record. Despite his violent past, King rose to fame, promoting iconic boxing matches like the Rumble in the Jungle. Yet the shadow of Garrett's death lingers, a reminder of the stark contrast between his beginnings and his later fame. Bruno Fernandes de Souza was a celebrated goalkeeper in Brazilian soccer, but in 2010 he orchestrated a horrifying crime, the murder of his girlfriend, Elisa Samudio.
Soccer player Bruno with ordering the murder of an ex-lover who allegedly was trying to prove he was the father of her young son,
who had filed a paternity suit against him, claiming he fathered her son. Elisa was lured to a home where she was tortured and killed. Her body was dismembered, and pieces were fed to dogs to destroy evidence. Though Bruno didn't carry out the murder directly, he ordered it, a detail that shocked the world. Bruno was sentenced to 22 years in prison but was controversially released in 2017. Ordered back to prison in 2018, his partial return to soccer outraged many. Elisa's tragic death remains a haunting reminder of how fame and violence can collide, leaving her son orphaned and the world questioning justice. In 1983, future wrestling legend Scott Hall was working as a bartender in Orlando, Florida, when his life took a dark turn. Outside Dolly's Disco, a nightclub, Hall became involved in a heated confrontation over a woman. During the struggle, Hall grabbed a man's gun. The weapon discharged, killing the man.
I took it and shot him in the head.
Hall claimed self-defense and charges were eventually dropped due to insufficient evidence. But the event haunted him for years, fueling his struggles with addiction. Despite his wrestling fame, Hall often reflected on the emotional toll of taking a life, a scar that lingered beyond the spotlight. On August 5, 1987, actor Matthew Broderick, vacationing in Northern Ireland with his then-girlfriend Jennifer Grey, was involved in a tragic car accident. Driving a rented BMW, Broderick veered into the wrong lane and collided head-on with a car carrying 28-year-old Anna Gallagher and her mother, Margaret Doherty. Both women were killed instantly. Broderick suffered severe injuries, while Grey had minor ones. He claimed no recollection of the crash. Broderick was fined £100, around $175 at the time, a penalty that sparked outrage among the victim's family. The tragedy left the Irish community grieving and remains a reminder of how a momentary mistake can lead to irreversible consequences. Before becoming a celebrated actor, Charles S. Dutton's life took a violent turn at 17. In 1967, he was involved in a street fight in Baltimore, Maryland. During the altercation, Dutton fatally stabbed another teenager, claiming self-defense. Convicted of manslaughter, Dutton served a total of 7 years in prison, a time that became a turning point for him.
So you were in prison twice. That's where you found your voice.
In prison, he discovered his love for theater, which later led to an acclaimed career in acting and directing. The victim's death remains a somber shadow over Dutton's rise to success, a story of how one violent moment can forever shape multiple lives. On November 6, 1963, Laura Bush, then 17, was driving in Midland, Texas, when her life changed forever.
It was nighttime in West Texas. A 17-year-old girl was driving down a dark country road when she ran a stop sign and hit another car, killing the driver.
Driving alone at night, she ran a stop sign at an intersection and collided with another car. The driver, 17-year-old Michael Douglas, a close friend and popular athlete, died instantly. Investigators ruled the incident an accident, and no charges were filed. Laura rarely spoke publicly about the tragedy, describing it as a deeply painful chapter of her life. Michael's death left a profound impact on their community and on Laura herself, a reminder of how one moment of inattention can cause irreversible loss. On May 4, 2001, Robert Blake, best known for his role in Beretta, took his wife, Bonnie Lee Backley, to dinner in Los Angeles. Afterward, Blake claimed he left her in their car to retrieve a gun he had forgotten in the restaurant. When he returned, Bonnie had been shot in the head. Blake was arrested on April 18, 2002, and charged with her murder. At trial, prosecutors argued Blake had orchestrated the crime, but he was acquitted in 2005 due to insufficient evidence. A civil jury later found him liable for her death, awarding $30 million to her family. Bonnie's murder remains a case shrouded in mystery, leaving many questioning what truly happened that night. Once again, we've seen how quickly lives can change, both for the victims and the celebrities who caused their deaths. Whether through reckless behavior or unavoidable tragedy, the ripple effects of these actions are profound. Do you think the scales of justice balanced in these cases, or were some given leniency because of their fame? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more untold stories that go beyond the glitz and glamour. The truth isn't always glamorous, but it's a story that deserves to be told. Until next time, stay curious and stay informed.